us to really grind out a win against the Suns?
I think so. I think our real focus throughout the week was to get a four-quarter performance, which we hadn't been able to produce over the first 5 rounds. So the last week was a massive focus, as it is every week. But I think the fact that we had continually put in 2.5, 3 quarters of good football against the Gold Coast, we really went over there to play our brand for 4 quarters, and it showed in the results. So we were really pleased with that, and we'll move forward pretty quickly.
So knowing you can sustain that fourth-quarter effort, does that give you a bit of confidence going in against Collingwood, a big test this weekend?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the fact that we hadn't produced it, as I mentioned, it was a real focus going into the Gold Coast game to play 4 quarters of football, and the result would look after itself if you can put 4 quarters together. So we've done it for 1 week now, and to be a really good competitive side over a long season, we've got to do that week in, week out.
How much of a confidence boost was it knowing that you can have a performance like that and still be missing some of your best players on the list?
Yeah, I think we allude to it a lot, the fact that there's going to be injuries throughout the year to key personnel, but for the way we play and the way we want to play across the season, we've got a list of 46 players that can come in and do the role, and depth is a massive importance in the AFL. So to have good depth and have those players playing well in the waffle and come in and play their role like Cam Sutcliffe, Hayden Crozier, Alex Silvani did on the weekend, it's really pleasing, but that's what we expect from everyone across the list.
Are you expecting Stephen Hill to play?
Well, yeah, I think he'll be given every chance. Obviously, really disappointing. He nicked the quad last week, but it was only a minor one, so we'll see how he trains this week, and if he can get up, that'd be fantastic. He's a very valuable player to our team, but it's a long season, and if we have to miss him again this week, we will, and in view of a big, strong second half of the year for Stephen, but he won't be too far away.
It's a really critical game in some ways, isn't it? Because 5-2 just totally sets your season up if you go 5-2.
Yeah, the win-loss, I suppose, it'll take care of itself as the season progresses, but I think if we can play 4 good quarters of football, strong quarters of football, we'll give ourselves every chance, and we'll be able to review the game confidently, knowing we've played our style for 4 quarters. So the win-loss will take care of itself if you do that, if you play those 4 quarters. So we'll concentrate on playing our style, and the result will take care of itself.
You're still content that even though obviously you're lacking tall forwards as an option at the moment, that Hayden and Sun can kick a score, because every week it might be hard to expect that from that pair? Yeah,
well, I think they're fantastic. I think we really value, like Michael Walters was able to really hit the scoreboard hard on the weekend, and Ballas and Sun working together is a fantastic combination for us. And I think the guys like Alex Silvani, who we brought in, Jack Hanneth and John Griffin, the resting ruckman, their role can't be underestimated. The fact how often they contested and brought the ball to ground, and gave those blokes a real chance, and Maney as well. So I think our forward line, it throws a little bit something different up at the opposition, especially when Pav's not there at the moment, and Kepler's obviously down. But I think the diversity of our forward line is a real strength for us, and hopefully Sun can back it up this weekend, or if not, Ballas pops up. So it's really good for us to have those 2, I suppose, little I don't know what to call them, the 2 little ninjas down there working together in tandem and getting a result for us. So yeah, it's exciting.
And off the back of that, is it Ross or even the midfield group think, obviously, to try and hit the scoreboard yourselves, just take the pressure off?
There's always a focus for the midfielders to contribute and get in on the opposition and try and score. I'm not sure of the stats, but I'm pretty sure Collingwood are really efficient. Their midfielders hitting the scoreboard, like Swan will kick 1 or 2 every week, and Pendlebury the same. So that's a real challenge for our midfielders, not only to defend them and stop them scoring and getting in on them, and hopefully hitting the scoreboard ourselves.
Is there a chance with the form of your young blokes like Crozier and Sutcliffe and all that, is there a chance when Hill comes back that maybe it won't be one of the young kids that goes out, that maybe even like a Daniel Pearce could be under the pump?
That's why I'm glad I'm not in match committee, I suppose. I think our second year players are showing some real development and growth, and that shows with, I think, Lockie's played, Cam Sutcliffe, Hayden Crozier, Tom Sheridan's not too far away. So I think it's really healthy for the footy club to have the second-year players and even the first-year players with Jack Hanneth as well, really putting some pressure on some more senior guys and some probably more established guys who have played a lot more football. But I think it's going to be hard for the match committee either way it comes up. And I think it's, as I said, really healthy for the footy club to have really competition for selection.
Michael, you haven't had a great recent record against Collingwood, lost the last 4. Do you think of a reason why? Is it just because they've been a really good side over that time? Or?
Yeah, I think it reflects they've played in a couple of grand finals, a premiership probably along the way there, and I think it's something we'll really focus on this week. The game that we played them last year, as Ross I think alluded to yesterday, was a really big turning point for our season. That game, identifying some of Collingwood's strengths and what's made them such a good team, and how we could improve from that game going forward. So we're a complete different outfit as to what we've played them the last 4 times, and really looking forward to the challenge. I suppose a quality midfield, a really great key forward in Cloak, and defence to rival any others. So we'll be challenged right across the board, and really exciting for the group on Saturday night.
Might be nice to be able to pencil in Luke McFarlane next to this week, for instance, to Travis Cloak. I don't know how old he is now, Luke, but he just keeps on ticking over.
Yeah,
he's in really good and enjoying the captaincy, albeit on a temporary basis.
Yeah, he looks as young as ever. He's a very smooth mover around the football club. It looks a bit like Hugh Grant. Could probably go into acting after his footy career. But Luke's he's just such a fantastic player to play with. A fantastic person around the footy club. Hasn't got too much going against him really. He's good looking. Can play music. Good defender. Captain of the footy club at the moment. He's going all right, Luke. So, but every week we know what we're going to get from Luke, and he's been fantastic. And I think it's a really good example for younger players and people, kids trying to get into the system of how to go about a career, because he'll have a great result on the weekend, and 30 minutes after the game he'll be preparing and looking forward to what's ahead for him. So yeah, he's been really good for us.
Does a lot of your confidence and the team's confidence come from the coach in terms of how well, like he's been able to cover for Pav and no Sandy and no Hill and no Fife, and what he's been doing with Mundy and what he's done with your forward line? Does that fill you with confidence that he'll produce something for you to give you the best opportunity to beat Collingwood? Oh,
we have a tremendous faith in our coaching group, not only Ross, but right across the board from our line coaches, our assistant coaches. So we're really in depth about how we approach each week, and Ross always alludes to it. It doesn't matter the personnel that takes the field. It's we train. Fortunate enough to train 2 or 3 times a week as a group of 45, 46 players. The way we want to play on the weekend. So to get that simulation, I suppose, in training is really important for us. And this week will be no different.
Michael, what did you make of Ryan Crowley's effort on Gary Ablett last week?
Yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, Gary's just a remarkable player. Still had, I think, 28 disposals. I think 21 contested, which is a testament to what Gary's been able to achieve over a long career. I mean, Ryan was probably played one of his most effective games and was never too far away from Gary, but his poise and ability to handle the ball under pressure is first class. And I spoke about players being able to have a look at Luke McFarlane, the way he prepares, but for midfielders and myself included to probably watch some of Gary's tapes and some of his work over his careers can only benefit you, and it's a real credit to him and how good he is.
More so on Ryan though, just in terms of his, sort of shutting down.
Ryan was fantastic. Wasn't never too, as I said, never too far away, and was he's been fantastic for us all year, and he'll get another big job this week, as the names I alluded to earlier. Swan, Pendlebury, Thomas was off the half-back flank on the weekend, so there's definitely a number of candidates probably putting their hand up to say good day to Ryan before the game on Saturday night.
How would you go if he played on you?
I get him and match him every now and then, and he's hard yakker, but very disciplined to his role. very disciplined in his role. But there's a great array of, I suppose, role players across the AFL, and I think we're really lucky to have Ryan on board here at Fremantle.
What about that sort of existence, though, each week having to play on the best midfielder and try to shut him down, like Pendlebury, like I said this week, or Swan, or Thomas last week out?
Yeah,
Watson,
he thrives on it, and he jokes around every now and then that you got to do what you got to do to put the food on the table. But he's really a part of the Fremantle brotherhood that he wants to be a part of, and he wants to play a role and be on the bus for the 22 every week. So he knows how to get his ticket, and he'll do it week in, week out, and it's just great to play with guys like that you could go to the end of the world, he'll do anything for you.
Is he the best run with in the AFL?
Well, hard to gauge, but I think he's been really effective for us across the season, and especially last year as well, and proved with a great result in his best and fairest.